Hi guys, welcome back to OG Cars, and we're talking about Mr P today. In the previous video we talked about why this has been a perfect daily for me, and in this video we're talking about why it's no longer my daily at all. So long story short, I have sold Mr P, but you guys are still going to be really happy because G has bought it off of me, so it's still staying on the channel. It's still going to be very much enjoyed, and in fact it's going to be a bit more pampered now, I think, because it's been used as a daily hack. I've done all the mechanical bits and everything to keep it, you know, all serviced and up together, but it's now actually going to get more attention than it actually deserves, because obviously, you know, it's got the lack of peel, it's got the rust, it wants a bit of sorting out in places, so that's something that G can look at. But I wanted to quickly say why I'm selling this car, and long story short again, insurance is a lot of money for some reason. It's not as bad for G, but for me it was quite a lot of money, and I bought a new daily that I can use, which is half the price of insurance, so it just made sense to do that. You'll see that car very shortly. And yeah, basically I just wanted to have a pampered life with G, because G had the Vauxhall Astra. She doesn't do as many miles as me, but the Vauxhall Astra was not the best, and so it is for sale, and now she can use this car.
And here's me, and here is my new car, but not new to anyone, Mr P. I'm so happy. So if you guys don't know, for like the last 6 or so months, whenever I've needed to, this has always been my go-to car if it's been at home, because Owen was jumping back and forth with JP, so JP had a problem with the lights. This was the car that I was using, because as much as I like the Astra just kept having these little niggles come up all the time, hence why it's gone up for sale. So then when Owen turned to me a few weeks ago and went, I don't think I want to pay the insurance I'm going to have to pay on this, do you want it? I was literally there like, yeah, I'm having it straight away. I don't like, I'll pay whatever you want, I'll have this car.
£2 million it cost her. Yeah.
Yes. Now, what are my plans with Mr P? Ultimately, Mr P is a 1994 car. As the sticker on the back would have shown you in the last video, it's 30 years of the Renault Twingo this year, but Mr P will be 30 next year. So my plan is, by the time Mr P is 30, I want him to look dapper again. I think he looks dapper now. I think he looks fantastic, but as we've mentioned before, he's peeling, like there's lack of peel on the bonnet, there's the little bits of rust here as well. So I just want to, in general, tidy him up, but also make him sort of my own. So a few things, like just to sort of give you an idea of what I'm doing. I am not going to town on this car, but I do have some Renault wheels coming for the car, which I think are going to look fantastic, which you will see soon. Obviously I bought these new plates for Owen, but I basically bought myself a present because they're now on my car. I don't really know what else to do. I don't want to do a lot, but I just want to make little changes to make him look a bit more out there, so a car that you'd all notice. I say car you'd all notice, you'd honestly drive around this car and people shout Mr P at me now, because I put it on TikTok and YouTube and all this. Everyone knows this car, they know who he is. But yeah, the plan is, I'd really like, by the time he turns 30 years old, for him to look lovely and fresh, but also a little bit different from other Mk1 Twingos out there. So, in effect, Owen bought his new car on the 2nd of January, and whilst I didn't throw the money straight at Owen on the 2nd of January, we basically said that as of that day, Mr P was my car. And guess what happened? 30 minutes into it being my car, the blowers stopped working. And what's really funny on this Renault Twingo is that to replace the blower motor, you have to take out the entire dash on the car. So that's why there is currently a gaping hole here, and you know, this is all not connected because we've just been waiting for the blower motor to show up, which it has. So we will be putting a new blower motor in here, and I think while we're there we may paint a few of these into the colour of the car, just to make the dash look a little bit better. I mean, Owen's really looked after this car. I know he says he's done loads of miles, and obviously that has accelerated like the lack of peel and the little bits of rust on the front and stuff like that, but I can't say I didn't expect that for a car doing over 1,000 miles a month, because this is the car we always go to use. So I want to pamper this car a little bit. I'm a bit fuming because less than 24 hours ago I gave this car a proper detail, and it's now stinking again because we went to Barry Island and back to walk the dogs. But aside the blower motor going, I can't complain. This car starts every time. He's a good little car. I love myself a little car. You're probably wondering what it's like to go from left-hand drive, because this is my first left-hand drive I've technically owned. I'm very lucky to have been with Owen, and I've had the experience of driving multiple left-hand drive cars, including driving a Lancia Delta and an Alfa Sud from Italy to the UK. So I'm perfectly used to left-hand drive, and it's actually great to have a left-hand drive where we live, because we live on little lanes, and in a left-hand drive you can go right to the left and always get past people, so good cut.
So there we go, I've sold Mr P, but he's not going very far, he's only going just over there. So from Mr P and both of us, like, comment and subscribe, and we shall see you all in the next one.